Meanwhile, in Ireland, noted musical star Taylor Swift, her plan to do 2 concerts in the country, generally seen as good news by her fans, of which she has many, not seen as good news by the Central Bank of Ireland. Why would they have an issue with this? Well, they're apparently familiar with the Beyonce effect. That's the effect wherein 2 of the American singer's concerts in Stockholm were blamed for a sudden rise in inflation in Sweden, thanks to soaring hotel and restaurant prices due to it. In response to that, chief economist of a bank said it's quite astonishing for a single event. We haven't seen this before, but we might see it again. Even economist Paul Krugman wrote, I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor Swift concerts are producing hotel and restaurant booms in the cities in which she performs. Live music is big business. And this is something that they are actually worrying about. The Minister for Public Expenditure in Ireland apparently said that they're expecting the hospitality sector to do the right thing by her fans. I don't know if that's sort of like a subtle hint that you better keep prices under control or something, but there's gonna be a lot of competition for these spots. And I could understand being worried that that could price people out or it could lead to short-term Swiftflation. What do you think, Daniel?
I ended up in Wisconsin during a big sports game, and sports hurts my head. But I had that same problem one time where I was like, oh, I'm just going a day early. It's not gonna be like that big of a deal. And there was like this huge rivalry sports game, and I had to pay like premium prices for like a Motel 6. So yep. I literally know exactly what these people are afraid of. And let's not forget, a lot of Taylor Swift fans are kids. So like, and like young people, so it's gonna be hard on them. I could see this actually being like a real problem, especially in smaller territories.
Yeah, 100%. The Super Bowl was actually like within, like a mile or 2 of my house, so we considered renting out for it. We didn't end up doing it, but when the Olympics come to LA, maybe that's the sort of inflation I might get behind. But anyway, I like that Ireland is taking this seriously. There do need to be some protections. Actually, in some places, there just might be protections. And on that note, meanwhile in Brazil, a Brazilian lawmaker has introduced a bill nicknamed the Taylor Swift Law, specifically to address scalpers. See, many fans are saying that obtaining legal tickets to Taylor Swift's tours is effectively impossible because these scalpers are buying them up and making them too expensive. Well, this lawmaker is not messing around. The bill would criminalize scalping with penalties of up to 4 years in prison and fees up to 100 times the original ticket price. So I don't know which of those is worse. I imagine 4 years in Brazilian prison, probably not, a day at the park, but I would imagine this is gonna ward off some of the scalping. And if I'm a fan of Taylor Swift in Brazil, I would probably be happy that they're taking it seriously. It's not law yet, but what do you think, Daniel?
I think scalping has gotten out of hand, like as of late. I like what they do at Burning Man, where if you can't go, you just sell your tickets for what you bought them for, as like sort of like, goodwill and good vibes towards the next person or whatever. I mean, this like taking them and like triple, quadrupling the prices of things and making them unreachable, and buying, hundreds of tickets or whatever, dozens of tickets at a time. It is a little out of hand. I think some laws like this actually could be really useful.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Like I have season tickets to Angel City Football Club in LA, the women's soccer team, and sometimes I can't go, so we sell them. We sell them for like half of what they are otherwise going for because it's just to defray a little bit of the cost or whatever. It's not supposed to be a business. It's supposed to be a service that makes sure that seats are filled. That's it. Man, it's really time for America to do something about this, but maybe we can take some inspiration from Brazil. By the way, there's already been violence in some of the lines, like people having to queue for a really long time to get the tickets. So this could potentially avoid a lot of issues. And this is big. This is a big thing in the region. In Chile, by the way, the president has personally written to Taylor Swift asking her to perform in that country on a future date because they unfortunately were not chosen. And it turns out that there are other countries concerned about this as well. Meanwhile, in Malaysia, and actually all across Southeast Asia, a lot of fans of Taylor Swift are like, hey, what about us? Because a bunch of new international tour dates were announced in locations around the world. And there is Singapore, they were chosen for a concert, but multiple countries that are apparently filled with big Swifties not getting represented, and they feel like she might have forgotten them. They feel snubbed. Although some are actually blaming not Taylor Swift, but conservative politicians in their own country. One fan said, I don't think she'll come to Malaysia because her concert outfits won't be according to the stupid Malaysian concert rules. So apparently concerned that there might be some sort of conservative crackdown that's stopping some acts from getting there. But I do understand why she chose Singapore. Singapore apparently broke some kind of insane record for Coldplay ticket sales in one day. It's apparently a big destination for music shows. But Daniel, what do you think? Would you feel snubbed? I know Canadians are feeling snubbed right about now.
I mean, I get it, especially if some of them are based around some of the laws that they have in their country and some of the costumes that she's wearing, which is, part of it too. I think, like, I like all of it. I mean, I get it. I like, especially now. It reminds me of these drag bands, and there's all these drag tours, and they're just gonna have to skip some cities. Maybe Hairspray is not gonna play in Tennessee. Like, I don't know. Like, there's just certain things they're gonna have to make adjustments.
Yeah. 100%. And more dates could come, but she's already performing all over the place. It really just seemed exhausting.
And she's kind of like, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
That's a reference, isn't it?